1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister is addressing the nation this evening. Imran Khan has called upon the Economic Cooperation Organization to devise a joint strategy to ensure an equitable access and distribution of COVID-19 vaccine. Foreign Minister has said that Pakistan desires to further strengthen trade and economic relations with the European countries. Pakistan says Jammu and Kashmir is an internationally recognized dispute and it needs to be resolved as per UN Security Council resolutions. The U.S. Special Envoy for Afghanistan reconciliation has arrived in Doha to hold talks with Afghan Taliban on peace process in Afghanistan. Pakistan Super League 6th edition has been postponed due to rising cases of COVID-19. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan will address the nation this evening. The Prime Minister is likely to take the nation into confidence on the prevailing political situation in the country. Prime Minister Imran Khan has called upon the Economic Cooperation Organization to devise a joint strategy to ensure an equitable access and distribution of COVID-19 vaccine for the public good. In his address to the virtual 14th ECO Summit themed Regional Economic Cooperation in the Aftermath of COVID-19 today, the Prime Minister stressed the need for mobilizing resources of member countries to fight the pandemic effectively. He lauded Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the current chair, for his timely initiative amidst the COVID-19 scenario. The Prime Minister said the ECO member states are severely affected by the health and economic crisis unleashed by COVID-19 pandemic, with over 150 million people hit by the virus and over 2.5 million lost their lives. Imran Khan said Pakistan faced challenges during the pandemic. However, it adopted a people and pro-centric approach to balance the saving of lives and livelihood. Prime Minister Imran Khan has nominated Sadiq Sanjarani as Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf's candidate for the slot of Chairman Senate. The decision to this effect was taken at a meeting chaired by Prime Minister Imran Khan in Islamabad today. Minister for Communications Murad Saeed has said that the corrupt elements will be held accountable at all costs. Talking to the media persons in Islamabad today, he said the politics of opposition parties is based on corrupt practices, whilst that of Prime Minister Imran Khan on principles and high moral ground. Murad Saeed said that is why Prime Minister Imran Khan has taken the decision to take vote of confidence from the National Assembly. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has said Pakistan desires to further strengthen trade and economic relations with the European countries. He was talking to the envoys of European countries in Islamabad today. The Foreign Minister said there are great opportunities of investment in Pakistan. He expressed satisfaction that bilateral trade has also improved. The Foreign Minister said a plan is being prepared in order to make the joint economic commissioners with the European countries more vibrant and effective. President Dr. Arif Alvi has asked the Federal Ombudsman to utilize modern technology to effectively and efficiently redress the complaints against the maladministration of government institutions. He made these remarks while talking to Federal Ombudsman Syed Tahir Shahbaz, who called on him in Islamabad today. The President emphasized the need for increasing the outreach of the Federal Ombudsman so as to provide inexpensive and expeditious justice to the people at their doorstep. German Ambassador to Pakistan Bernhard Stephen Schlegel-Koch called on Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa in Rawalpindi today. During the meeting, matters of mutual interest, overall regional situation, bilateral cooperation in various fields, and Afghan peace process were discussed. The Army Chief said that Pakistan attaches great importance to its relations with Germany. He also appreciated the holding of fifth round of Pak-German strategic dialogue in September 2020 and expressed hope for mutually benefiting bilateral relations. The visiting dignitary acknowledged Pakistan's continuous efforts for peace and stability in the region and pledged to further enhance bilateral relations between both the countries. Chinese ambassador to Pakistan Non Rong says his country will welcome the participation of third party in the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project. Addressing the CPEC Industrial Cooperation Investment Conference in Peshawar today, he invited the investors from across the world to invest in the special economic zones being established in Pakistan under the CPEC. Non Rong said in Rashakai Special Economic Zone, both Pakistan and China are working together to ensure security, visa facilitation, and other infrastructure facilities. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry says Jammu and Kashmir is an internationally recognized dispute and it needs to be resolved as per UN Security Council resolutions which clearly call for a plebiscite under UN auspices. Responding to a question at his weekly news briefing in Islamabad this afternoon, he said welfare of Kashmiris and protection of their lives are important to Pakistan and it will take measures in the best interest of the people of Kashmir. He said recent contact between the Director General of military operations of Pakistan and India should be viewed in this backdrop. The spokesperson said Pakistan has consistently maintained the 2003 ceasefire understanding needs to be implemented in letter and spirit. Answering another question, he made it clear that there is no change in Pakistan's position on the issue of Jammu and Kashmir. Chairman of the U.S. Foreign Relations Committee, Bob Menendez, has urged Washington to find a pathway forward to deal with unresolved Kashmir dispute. He was talking to reporters after attending a virtual meet and greet event organized by American Pakistani Public Affairs Committee in Washington. He said the U.S. Foreign Relations Committee will highlight the situation in Kashmir as well as press the administration to raise these questions on government-to-government levels. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, various Sikh organizations have demanded the release of detained supporters of Kisan movement. Addressing the meeting in Jammu, the chairman of Sikh United Front, Sudarshan Singh Wazir, condemned the action of Delhi police, which arrested supporters of Kisan movement from Jammu and from Indian states and put them in Tihar jail, New Delhi. In Afghanistan, 7 workers have been killed by armed men at a factory which makes building supplies in Sarkhod district of Nangarhar province. The U.S. Special Envoy for Afghanistan Reconciliation Zalmay Khalilzad has arrived in Doha to hold talks with Afghan Taliban on Afghan peace process. Khalilzad's planned meetings with Taliban leaders in Doha would be the first in person since President Joe Biden's administration announced that it was reviewing the plans for the Afghan peace process. The Saudi-led coalition fighting in Yemen intercepted and destroyed a ballistic missile launched by Houthi rebels towards South Arabian border city of Jazan. In a statement, coalition spokesperson Brigadier General Turki al-Maliki said the missile was intercepted by Royal Saudi Air Force. And now cricket. Pakistan Cricket Board has decided to postpone the Pakistan Super League 6th edition remaining matches due to COVID-19 infection cases. The decision was made after 7 cases were reported in the competition. And finally, the weather report. Mainly dry weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, cold weather is expected in upper hilly areas of the country. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News.